We're here at the International Quilt Festival in Houston, and I am visiting with Lois Hallock. And OMG, am I excited because you're about to get me organized.
Thank you. I'd
the
love
one
to.
thing that I need help with.
Excellent. That's what every quilter needs help with.
So tell me some of the things, first of all, you're known for. Here's your book, right? It's Creating Your Perfect Quilting Space.
That's correct.
And I love my quilting space. And I will say that I have it like labeled and I can get things back where they want to. But you have all kinds of really cool tips and tricks on just keeping your space organized.
Thank you. I'm an engineer and I work for Boeing as an engineer, and I come at it from a different angle. So an engineer and a quilter. And I think about things differently. And so the space has to not only be organized, but it has to have a good flow so that you have energy coming back from the fabric that's folded in your quilt studio. So the book tells you how to do it. I also have a planner.
And that's this guy.
Yes. Well, the planner is here.
Oh, okay, all right, so.
And that has cardstock pieces so that you can cut them out like paper dolls, move them around on the page, and organize your space.
And is that like it's all the way from, well, I'm looking here, that looks like an ironing board.
Yes.
So if I can hold that up. An ironing board, is this a couch?
Yes.
Because you might have a couch in your studio.
Or a guest room.
Or a guest room, it could be.
So
all of this is really about just making the space yours and making it functional.
Correct.
And that's not something that we can really hammer out in a very short video.
No.
But you want this book. That's 100% for sure. But you've got some little tips for us today that I think are fabulous, and I want to know all about them.
Thank you. So one of the things I show is how to fold fabric. And so if you have any piece of fabric that's a ½ yard up to about, you can do up to about 6 yards. You use this ruler, which is 8½ by 24 inches, and you can roll it up as if it's a bolt. Look how it looks like a bolt.
It is very much like a bolt. So you've got selvage to selvage, and you've got the fold as it might have come off of a bolt.
Right.
And that was very quick.
That was very quick.
Right.
It doesn't matter how perfect I do it. I just pull it off halfway, fold it over, and the front edge is what matters. So you have a clean front edge.
And you would just stack these up in your beautiful, beautiful shelf, and they would stay very nicely. My problem is that I would fold them. I know you've had this happen, and they all start eventually falling out forward towards you. But because these are all folded the same, they stack nicely. Right,
and the issue might be getting the one at the bottom, right?
Right, because you're trying to reach in there, but you're pulling everything out at the same time.
Because we know we'll jam it full.
Okay, you've got a magic trick for that too.
Yes, I do. So I use the ruler. And if I want the piece on the bottom, I slide the ruler in right above the piece I wanted, pick it up, hold the stack in place while I pull that piece out, drop the stack down, and then pull it out.
That's a great tool.
Thank you.
And who would have thought you would have used your cutting ruler to do all of this work?
Exactly.
Now, fat quarters can be a little bit unwieldy at times as well, and you've got a way to wrangle those, so to speak.
I do. So this is a fat quarter. We're very familiar with the selvage. We can see it, it's a white line. And you fold it in half once.
Okay.
And you're going to use another ruler. This is the 4 by 14 ruler. And you're rolling it like it's a miniature bolt.
Okay.
So I'm just going to roll it up. And then once it's rolled up, you can pull it off halfway.
Yeah, what if this edge is not kind of in the middle? What do you do with that?
I can actually roll it around. So I just roll it further.
Oh, I see. Just by twirling it on the thing, you can get it where you want it.
Pull it off halfway, and then you have a nice little packet. Now, if you stacked them on the shelf, what would you be tempted to do with the space behind it? Stack more, right?
Well, you would.
So this is a handy way to store it on the shelf. There's a handle so you can pull it off. And if you store all your fat quarters of one genre in one container, then you go to class or retreat.
Okay, but where are you going to get this container?
Oh, I do have a kit for that on my website.
Oh, nice. Tell me about your website.
Oh, okay. It's www.clearview-designs.com.
Okay, and so they can find your book?
They can find my book.
The planner?
Mm-hmm.
Is the planner part of the book?
I sell it as a kit together.
Okay.
So if you need to do your whole studio start to finish, you can buy them together as a kit.
And I love this because you can take this out, go to your work table, work what you need, go back to the shelf and organize that shelf.
Right, or run off to class, and everything you make at class is going to go.
I have a pretty decent fabric stash right now, and it's relatively organized. But I can tell you, several years ago, my fabric stash was a total disaster. It just kept falling in the floor. I don't care how I did it. So I love all these tips. So thank you, everyone. If you're interested in learning more about Lois and what she has to offer, visit her website.
Thank you so much.